Good evening, friends, and welcome back to Local Beats. I'm Abby Macphail.
And I'm Jack Gottsegen.
We have an exciting show for you tonight, highlighting a variety of local bands and venues around Fort Collins.
Some of our favorite new music that came out this month.
And finally, stick around for a breakdown of the most pressing topics in the music world.
All this and more starting right now on Local Beats.
To kick off our show tonight, we have a local artist called Satellite Pilot. Started in 2013, Satellite Pilot is typically made up of 5 members, but they did a special show with only 2 members just a few weeks ago. Let's check it out.
My name is Caden. I've been with Satellite Pilot since probably like 2017, 2018-ish. Started on keyboards, moved to guitar, then drums. Now I just kind of do whatever needs doing.
Yeah, I'm Alex. Alex Moore. I play guitar and piano and vocals, and started the band in like 2013, and yeah, we just kind of been going ever since. Pretty widespread, I'd say, but our biggest like main vein through it is like 60s psychedelic pop stuff. It's like a big common thread, but stuff like the Kings, Beach Boys, Beatles.
Also inspired by like, I get inspired by physical, or like, you know, paintings and things like that. Day-to-day life, obviously. Pretty things, outdoors, you know.
You gotta make sure that your ness is gonna be cool, because like for me, kind of sometimes like
You don't want to go up on the stage hungry or anything.
yeah, I feel like I kind of black out sometimes a little bit of just like you just go and I'm just like, oh, we're done. But like within that, you want to make sure that you don't legitimately black out. So you want to make sure you like stay hydrated and you can breathe. So like that's important.
We wrestle. My favorite part, I really like the writing and recording process. Definitely playing live is like super fun. Love that. I feel super lucky to, you know, have a group of people that I get to do that with.
I feel kind of the same. I think for me, performing is like, I just have a lot of fun doing that, so like that feels super good. I love getting to do that, get in a room with people and just like share energy. I think is the most special part. For example, tonight's a Wednesday night. Everybody's been like working, doing their job, and tomorrow they'll go do their job or go do their whatever, but like everybody's just gonna chill for a little while and hang out, have a good time, get on the same thing, and that's pretty special.
Hanging out with Satellite Pilot was so much fun. They were jumping around the stage and brought a ton of energy to everyone at the venue. You can really tell that they're passionate about music, and I'm excited to see what they do next. Over homecoming weekend, CSU's Music Business Collective put on a performance at the student tailgate before the football game. First up was Neighborhood Watch, a student band that has really come into their own. They covered songs that included Creep by Radiohead and Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. Neighborhood Watch really had the crowd pumped up for the game, and there was no doubt that live music was exactly what the tailgate needed. With behind-the-head guitar solos and songs everybody wanted to sing along to, Neighborhood Watch had parents and students alike jamming out Saturday afternoon. And speaking of passionate musicians, after the break, Jack has a few bands that you just can't miss over in Hardcore Highlight.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy.
Ugh, my bad.
Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, a fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Welcome back from the break and to Hardcore Highlight, where I talk about the heavy music scene in Fort Collins. There's a few notable hardcore performances coming up, like Watching People Drown's next show. They'll be playing at the Coast on October 21st alongside Ruckus, Deadbeat, and Old Skin. This is a stacked lineup of local bands coming this Friday. Our next band has been playing music together since they were 14 years old. Earlier this month, I spoke to the hardcore band Wolf Blitzer. They told me about the origins of their band and teased an exciting new single. Check it out. A fury of raw energy and aggression, fueled by an equally excited audience, Wolf Blitzer is one of the premier hardcore bands in Fort Collins.
Most of the lineup of Wolf Blitzer was in a band called Harkener before, and it was more like emotional, kind of pianos become the teeth, defeater, a lot of spew me without you kind of stuff, and we progressively wanted to get a little more heavier, less sad, and that band naturally came to a close. And then we're like, well, we still all want to jam and we can be heavier now because this project is over. And so we moved our drummer to vocals, who's Cosme, who rocks. And then we got Riley, our drummer. And we've been playing this loud rock music ever since. And
March 2017.
With members having been a part of the scene for years, they continue to help foster its growth through connecting with younger bands.
Everybody's homies.
I like watching people drown.
Yeah.
Camaraderie is what we really like. So many different backgrounds, age groups, styles, and everyone's friends. Everyone hangs out. Everyone comes to each other's shows. Everyone's supporting one another. It's like really easy to have an audience because most like new bands that are starting are already friends with us. So, or like as in everyone, not just us. So it's like easy promotion. And we've been in situations in the past where we've played and it feels more competitive, less camaraderie. And this is a lot of camaraderie and everyone's just like pushing everyone to be the best. And it actually is putting out quality music too.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of the homies pretty often.
Yeah, the fact that the bands are actually making good music makes it even doper. So
Totally.
On September 15th, the band released a new single to showcase their upcoming sophomore album.
It's thrashier than a lot of our other songs that you may have heard, like songs that we've released so far. Cosme, our vocalist, wrote most of it, like brought the bulk of it, like in one. He's like, yeah, I got the 6th song, and it was awesome. And it came together pretty quickly.
He's like, we could change whatever, and we're like,
We don't have to change anything.
that actually is really sick. He freaking crushed it. Just added a little bit, and then we smashed.
It's called the Razor Smash because the guy on the cover, Razor
Ruddick.
Ruddick, hits very hard. He hits people in the face really hard, and it's called the Razor Smash. And Cosme loved boxing, so he named it that. Going to be released on Hellminded Records out of New Jersey, which is exciting. We're gonna have vinyl. We're gonna have distribution.
New vibes.
Same
Great taste.
Yeah.
New recipe. No, it's just like the more energetic, hypier. Some of our older stuff is pretty dark. New stuff is really refreshing and exciting, and yeah, we're gonna play some more new ones today.
And it's gonna be released in the first quarter of 2023.
Yeah,
We're writing and recording right now.
yeah. Let's go.
Not only was the show super fun, they also hosted a stein holding competition with the crowd full of pitchers of water. Participants held the steins in each hand and battled it out for whoever could hold them the longest. Honestly, I don't think I could hold out for quite as long as they did. Last Monday was National Edge Day, an important event for those in the hardcore scene. It was a celebration of those living the straight edge lifestyle, abstaining from drugs and alcohol. It's a subculture of punk which has its roots in the band Minor Threat. As part of this community myself, this was the first Edge Day that I participated in, and I had a great time. Well, Rams, that's it for Hardcore Highlight tonight. Stay tuned because after the break, we're going to be talking about the Fort Collins thrift store venue, Funktional.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back from the break. You've heard of house shows, but how about thrift store shows? Last weekend, I toured a secondhand store that also doubles as a music venue. When you walk past CSL Plasma on West Elizabeth, you might look down and see a little store. Nothing much to look at, but you might be surprised to learn that this little thrift store also operates as a live music venue. This little thrift store is called Funktional. It sets itself apart from other thrift stores in ways that don't just revolve around being an outlet for live music.
So I suppose I would describe Funktional as a thrift store and more. We sell gently used secondhand items, focusing primarily on clothing and vintage goods, but we also are hoping to support other local artists and makers and carry other vendors here that are also very sustainably minded and kind of in the area, the space of reuse. So it is, just sort of general thrift store, but with some other fun things thrown in. It's a ton of fun and a little bit chaotic. Definitely rearranging the store on a weekly basis to accommodate bands is somewhat interesting. It's been fabulous to sort of be exposed to a whole scene that I have not really been a part of in the past, and we really feel grateful that we have this space that we are able to provide for bands that I know have lost a lot of venues over the last couple of years. So we have shows right now, I think every Saturday and some Sundays through the end of October. It's really been kind of varied. Sometimes we'll just have one show per month, sometimes it'll be multiples. It really depends on, we're partnering with Blast and Scrap, which is an amazing organization, and so they're really the ones who are responsible for scheduling the bands. We just provide the venue. So I believe we have Plasma Canvas playing here again relatively soon, and another young band that I'm super excited to see again is Guacamole Light Switch, which are a bunch of basically high school students, but who come from a very musical background. And off the top of my head, those are the only two I can think of, but Mike would definitely be more informative there.
The bands at this show included Raccoon Pit, Jimmy Billy and the Salamander, abbreviated to J-Bats, Some Kind of Nightmare, and Watching People Drown. Just last week, Funktional hosted local rock band Clementine and the out-of-state band Hans Gruber and the Diehards. It's clear that this is the place to go if you're looking for some secondhand music. For more events coming up, we have Abby with Colorado Concerts. Abby?
Thanks, Jack. Welcome, Rams, to the very first edition of Colorado Concerts, a segment where I get to talk to artists who perform right here in Colorado and tell you all about what's coming up in Colorado's world of music. Last week, I got the amazing opportunity to interview an up-and-coming band from Detroit, Michigan. Max Saturn is a relatively new band, but you would never be able to tell from their natural abilities as performers. Check it out.
Hi, we are Max Saturn. I think my favorite part of the show was when we came out for our song Box Cutter that has the line, "Until the money runs out," and I threw out a bunch of money and people thought it was real money.
I enjoy the closeness of the whole thing. We can feel people's energy and we can actively feed off of that.
My favorite part is when we go into the bridge of the song Mr. Cadillac, and for some reason that chord change, every time we do that, just makes the whole crowd scream.
I just think it's crazy. We can go anywhere in the U.S. or Canada That's the only places we played so far. And there's complete strangers that know our songs and they sing along to it.
Yes.
It's insane to me. And it will never get old.
Seeing the mountains and all this, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Before we even saw any of that, we were excited to come to Colorado.
Just coming in here, it's just got a magnitude to it, and it made us want to be as big as possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? Personally, my favorite part is the youthful energy. All the young people that came out, a lot of college folk, a lot of just young kids ready to just, like, something about a bunch of young kids coming out and jumping up and down like that. I don't know what it does to these guys, but to me, it makes me feel like a panther. Yeah. In the jungle, and I got to survive.
That's really it. Like I said earlier, the energy of these people, and it's been so great.
The crowd was electric tonight. Electric. Colorado rules. Max Saturn loves Colorado.
Max Saturn approved.
I'll tell you this much, and not to get too deep about it, but this is definitely a state, and correct me if I'm wrong, Angie, that is almost like a club.
Well, I think, and I can relate to when I was in college, I was young, I was trying to find myself, I was trying to put myself into a scene, and I most importantly was trying to dance.
Yeah.
And I think if I look into what we're doing, we kind of crystallize a lot of those things. You can read the lyrics and really find something pretty deep about it too. There's a lot of, if you take a look at some of these lyrics, it'll really send you flying. And I think that the young people should, I think it's easy to grab onto.
We literally just were sitting in a living room in Ferndale, Michigan, just like, we're going to be the biggest band in the world. And you know what? We're not the biggest band in the world yet.
Yeah. The key word is yet.
But we're like 23% there. Right now, getting interviewed by you guys, we are the biggest. Straight up. And if I can tell you anything right now, it's that you must always believe in rock and roll.
Max Saturn was absolutely awesome to talk to, and the energy of the venue was, as they said, electric. I love talking to artists where you can really tell that they care about what they do, and I have no doubts that Max Saturn will continue growing in the industry. If you liked what you heard from Max Saturn, don't forget to check out their new EP, Until the Money Runs Out, which is personally definitely on my fall playlist. In other music news, Colorado has some awesome artists performing in the coming weeks. For all the indie fans, Dayglow is performing on October 25th at the Ogden Theater. With hits like Can I Call You Tonight and Hot Rod, it's sure to bring a huge crowd. But if you're partial to the classics, music legend Elton John will be at the Ball Arena on November 4th. It is his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, so if you want to see the pinball wizard himself, you won't want to miss this. Finally, for any hard rock fans out there, Judas Priest is going to be taking over the Budweiser Event Center November 10th with Queensryche. So if you like green Manalishis, especially with two-pronged crowns, you'll love this show. And that's all the Colorado concert news I have for now, but don't go away just yet, Rams. When we come back, we'll have the latest news on CSU music events.
Welcome back from the break. We've heard some great recommendations from... Now let's talk a little bit about the music scene close to home, with 2 CSU music events coming up. For Rams that are looking to enjoy some local music and to support a good cause, look no further. CSU fraternities Farmhouse and Phi Kappa Tau are hosting one night of peace and music at the Aggie Theater. This event on November 16th features performances from some of our favorite local bands, including Still Runnin', Neighborhood Watch, as well as solo artist Jillian Smith. Proceeds for this program will be donated to Be the Match, a bone marrow transplant nonprofit, and Serious Fun, a youth group supporting children with chronic illnesses. This event is a great opportunity to support local bands and good organizations.
Great news for our Ram Choir fans. The CSU Choir is back for the first time since 2019. Their fall showcase features all the choral singers at CSU. They will be playing a wide variety of music at University Center for the Arts in Griffin Concert Hall. This event is on Wednesday, October 26th, hosted by the CSU School of Music, Theater, and Dance. This is a great chance to see the talent of our fellow Rams. When we come back from the break, we'll be going over all of our favorite music that came out this month, so stay tuned.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
Welcome back from the break. So this is a segment where we get to recommend songs that have come out in the last month that we love, honestly. And I'm going to kick it off with Looking for Somebody to Love by the 1975. I totally dig this song. It's very 2014. And I have been begging for the old 1975, but their last two albums, I loved it. But this one, especially this bridge right here.
Somebody lying on the field, somebody crying on the phone.
I seriously did not think this song was long enough. Like 2 minutes and 30 seconds was just not enough time for this song.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this band, and from what I've heard, they're really good. I really like their music.
They're just fantastic. Their new album is a definite listen.
And we're going to switch things over from some softer to some more heavier music. This song just released today, Tearing Down Your Reality by Foreign Hands. If that chorus just doesn't like move you, like, I don't know what to tell you. I woke up and one of the first things I saw was that Foreign Hands dropped some new music. So I said, okay, I have to check this out. I did, and I love it. Like, it's really got that old school metalcore vibe that I love so much. And yeah, check out this breakdown. It's amazing.
Yeah, the music video for that is very home video, and I love it personally.
Yeah, really DIY. Last month, Paramore also released a new song called This Is Why. Check it out. I love this song, even after hearing like some of the mixed reviews online. There were some people that were saying, oh, it's not like Misery Business or anything off of Riot, and this song really grew on me. I heard it for the first time, and it just instantly clicked.
Yeah, I have loved Paramore since like middle school, so pretty much they could throw any song at me, and I'm going to be like, this is amazing. But
Absolutely.
Really listening to it, I was really impressed, and I really liked it.
No, there's a lot of great hooks. Like, you just check out the verse.
Yeah, I love Hayley Williams.
Hayley Williams is our queen.
Love the orange hair, love the boots. Can't complain. And for this next one, we're going to take it down a little bit. This is Swan Upon Leda by Hosier. This song definitely very different from the last few we've recommended, but I think it's amazing. And these lyrics are just out of this world.
Yeah, Hosier is a really great songwriter. Like, everything that I hear is just really emotional, like pretty dark, but like really just listenable, you know?
Yeah, check out these lyrics. Very good. He's a very talented songwriter, and I think that this song speaks well to what he was doing before it even came out. I mean, he made a retweet saying that the control and oppression of women is the world's oldest occupation, and this song really hits home that idea, and it's something that personally I think is very, very meaningful.
Yeah, like really good, meaningful lyrics. I love it. And this next song isn't quite out yet, but this song is releasing on Friday from some of my good friends in the band Reverse the Hollowing. This is Hourglass. I've known this band since before they were even a band. I'm friends with both guitarists, Josh and Joe, and they are just phenomenal musicians. Like, the first single they ever released was in 2019, and this is where they are now. I even got an exclusive, like, first listen, and this is probably their best song yet.
Yeah, it's a very professional music video, and I think that, you know, can really push a band forward when they start putting out content that's very good and very professional. That really moves their career, I think.
Yeah, would you even believe me if I said, like, this was their first music video?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like, yeah, no, they're just all really good. I love those guys.
And speaking of careers, this one's making a huge comeback. We have Edging by Blink-182.
They'll be hanging me quick, reeling back from the dead. Get the rope, get the rope.
I love Blink-182. I was very pop punk, obviously with Paramore in middle school, but I was so excited to hear that they were coming back.
Yeah, no, like when I saw the news that Tom rejoined, I said, oh my God, they got him back. This is it. The OG Blink-182 lineup is back. They got rid of Matt Skiba. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. I was totally pumped.
This is a massive dub, and they're even going on tour this summer.
Crazy.
And they're bringing out Turnstile, which I was just, whoa.
And actually, I think it's time for our next segment. This is the breakdown. Wonderful. This is the segment where we get to answer all kinds of questions. And Jack, would you like to give ours for today?
Question for today, is TikTok ruining the music industry? Abby, you want to go first?
I would love to go first. I think I have very mixed reviews about this, and I think it's a very double-edged sword in terms of who has access to music, because sometimes, personally, some people just shouldn't be making music. Sometimes it creates a space for people who are really, really talented, who don't always have those outlets, to have an outlet and grow a following and find people that are like them.
Yeah, like, personally, I'm a TikTok hater. Yeah, like when it first came out, I didn't download it, and now, like, I still don't have it. I'm in too deep, but from what I've seen, you know, bands will get a ton of views, but, you know, they'll still only be at, like, less than maybe 1,000 monthly listeners, and they do churn out great content. They even put out music videos. At the same time, a lot of that music is, like, kind of catered towards TikTok.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I can definitely agree with you. I think that sometimes when musicians make music that seems catered to go viral on TikTok, that's when we kind of lose where we're going in the music industry. I mean, personally, I found some great artists, and I wouldn't have found them without TikTok.
Yeah, I've heard great artists that have come from TikTok. I've been given bands to check out from TikTok. But, like, I'm a little more traditional, and I usually like word of mouth or going on Twitter. Well, Rams, it looks like that's all we have for you tonight. Make sure to check out our Spotify playlist, which is linked in our YouTube description, to listen to all the music featured on tonight's show.
Thank you for watching Local Beats. I am your host, Abby Macphail.
And I'm your host, Jack Gottsegen. Have a good night.